win. I don't want no motherfucking Chinese people ruling over me. F that. I know how the races is out here already. Them Chinese races, hell no. Y'all see what they doing to them African people over there, beating them with sticks and shit? F that. Y'all people be sounding crazy if y'all want America to lose if we in a war. That sounds.
I don't want America to lose.
You said that.
I don't want America to lose. Like I'm totally on America's side. I just don't think that this is like beneficial. Gibbs keeps like bragging that we're beating up on tiny little nations that are nothing compared to us, so that we own Qatar and we own the Oman. Like these are not countries
guys,
that are even in the same league as us.
And shit. If us withdrawing right now means we take the L, absolutely, because that means no more deaths. And so if that means we take the L in a war we should have never been in to begin with, then so be it.
Including American deaths. Yeah, there will be more.
You do understand like the concept of like mowing the grass, right? Like if I don't go and mow the grass, then it's going to keep popping up. And you know what? I'm going to say the kind of heartless take, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and bite the bullet because someone needs to. Like, listen, these people are not our fucking friends. The current regime over there is not our friend. China is not our friend. Russia is not our friend. Venezuela, they're our bitch now, but they're not our friend. All these people right over there, they are working to set up an economic system that is against the United States. That's what BRICS was. I think it's called SYNC now. But that's what they were doing. They're sitting here. It's been an economic world play against us right now, against the petrodollar, against American dominance. They want to move to multipolarity as opposed to unipolarity. If you're disagreeing with that, then you're wrong. I'm just sorry, you're wrong. And now, here's the problem. I don't want to live under any other country rule, whether it's Chinese, Japanese, American, that's not anything that's not American. I'm out. I don't want it. I want to be America first. Shit, we should just conquer the world all, honestly, and just bring freedom to everybody, and then they can rule it wherever. I don't give a shit. That'd be the best case. But we're not going to do that. In the meantime, though, we have to go mow the grass. And Iran, if you just leave them unattended, they're going to fester like a wound. You don't let a wound get fester. You go in there and clean it out with rubbing alcohol. Now, that might sound bad, but if we don't do this, you know how you're worried about deaths? It's going to be way more deaths when they're over there trying to genocide Israel. It's going to be way more deaths when they're over here spreading Iranian influence, which is a Shia regime against our Sunni allies. That's what's going to be bad too. It's going to be even way worse when they cut off oil to other countries and use that to fund the war in Russia. Oh, so you like talking about all these deaths and you want to sit on your moral high horse, but you're actually causing more deaths by sitting here and want to capitulate instead of getting the job done just because it's icky. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not worried about that. I understand as a rancher that if you go down there, sometimes you got to shove your hand up a cow's ass to save it. And guess what? That's what we're doing now. We're putting our hand in a dirty situation and we're getting dirty and we're getting the job fucking done.
But it's not.
And just real quick, Tarus, how many American lives are lost per year just training for the military? Do you even know?
I don't know, but we're talking about combat right now.
Anywhere between 200 to 400 American lives are lost just having a military. That's the cost of doing business. You've lost 15 soldiers so far in this conflict. This whole thing of like we're losing American lives and all this kind of stuff is moot.
A bunch of kids that didn't have to die. A bunch of civilians that didn't have to die. Like, I don't get what your point is.
Training is something that's necessary. It's a little bit different going to war. But when we're talking about like trying to deal with like
so your whole argument of life, American life, is moot.
They signed up.
Go ahead, Tom.
No, it is, especially when we're talking about an illegal, unprovoked war.
Yes.
Like seriously, stop trying to minimize that.
Did Congress declare war?
Oh my God!
Then it's not illegal.
Hey, Fatty, we talked about this 2 weeks ago. We should have a whiteboard of obsolete talking points that we have destroyed. Congress hasn't declared war since 1942. So, audience, according to Teriak, Korea wasn't a war. Vietnam wasn't a war. The Gulf War in the 90s wasn't a war. Iraq and Afghanistan wasn't a war because we didn't declare war. Do you understand how stupid you
claimed
sound?
it was illegal?
He wasn't saying it wasn't a war.
Presidents get it's called authorized use of military force, right? So stop this idea of, well, it's not technically a war, it's a conflict.
Illegal.
You sound like Vladimir Putin. It's not a war, it's a special military.
I have a follow-up question. I have a Teriak.
Wait. He didn't say it wasn't a war though. He didn't he didn't say it wasn't a war.
I
he
thought
was saying
he did.
it wasn't illegal.
That's exactly what I heard.
That's my whole point.
That's exactly what I heard. He absolutely said it wasn't a war, Tom.
So let me ask you a question. Let me ask a question.
Even though Trump and Rubio call it a war, Tom.
Let me ask a question. Let me ask a question to the panel real quick.
Did Congress declare war? He was asking, did they declare war because you called it an illegal war? And so he's saying, well, it's not. He's saying all of the other wars weren't declared either. So if this one's illegal, then like every conflict that we've been in since World War II would be illegal as well.
But is that one second, friends? Is that semantics? Is that semantics? Because
the war thing is, but again, that wasn't the argument that he was making. So I'm just saying, like, it wouldn't even make sense to get into the like semantics. That wasn't his.
Tom, respectfully, I think that was the argument he was trying
sure.
to make.
So who thinks that this conflict/war is legitimate? Put your hand up. Who thinks is legitimate? So we have Admiral.
Legitimate. What do you mean by legitimate?
Legitimate means justified. It's justified.
Like it's justified.
Oh.
Yes. So we have Bettina. We have Admiral, CT.
Like I don't think it's illegal.
And Teriak.
I don't.
No. Not that's why I'm not using the word legal or illegal, because technically none of these wars were authorized by Congress. To be honest,
Like there's a good reason to start it.
Do y'all
So to me, it's way more complicated than that.
Can I explain why we're Tom? The reason why we consider Tom, we're going to use like Iraq standards when we're talking about illegal. So remember how Iraq ended up being a legal war because they lied about weapons of mass destruction? This is how we're talking about a legal war because they're still talking about nukes that they said they obliterated 8 months ago.
Yeah, well, so that's why I would say like it's problematic because Donald Trump pulled us out. Donald Trump pulled us out of the JCPOA, which is what started this problem in the first place.
Right.
We wouldn't have to deal with them enriching uranium to 60%. Under the JCPOA, they never enriched uranium. Then Trump pulls us out. Yes, now they're enriching uranium. So now you've created the problem that now you're going to war with them over. And then same with like, them closing the Strait of Hormuz. You caused them to close the Strait of Hormuz. And now the conflict is over whether or not the Strait of Hormuz is open. So he keeps like setting people's houses on fire and then spitting on it and wanting everybody to thank him for attempting to put it out and failing at it. Like it's that this is kind of like when you say justified or whatever, like it's kind of that if in a scenario where Iran is enriching uranium, yes, I think it makes sense for the United States to go over there and put a stop to it. But when Iran is agreeing that they will only enrich uranium to civilian levels, just as it was within the JCPOA, and if we come to a similar agreement to the JCPOA, they will agree to that. But Donald Trump refuses to get back into a deal like that and says that instead they can't enrich uranium whatsoever. He's insisting on 0% enrichment. That is where normally the circumstances I would say would call for us to go to war unless they're making good faith attempts to negotiate, and Donald Trump is the one who is not making good faith attempts to negotiate. Then it kind of changes.
Yeah, Tom, they're expecting Iran to honor an agreement Trump pulled us out of. That's no longer it's that call that out directly, man. This is trash.
Let me ask CTD. CT, do you believe that Iran should take Donald Trump's word when a deal is on the table? Do you think they should believe his word? Do you think?
Yeah.
Any justification on why you think they actually should take his word for it?
Because isn't he a master negotiator? Has he not? I mean, doesn't he have a proven record of being a negotiator?
And if they don't, they get bombed, bro. Like, is that simple?
Yeah, I mean,
do what we want or lose.
You have a president who's a businessman, man. The guy has a proven track record of deals, man. I mean, you think? Come on, man.
He's a track record of bankruptcy.
So let me ask you this, right?
Bankruptcy is legal in America. I'm sorry, you can do that in America. That's the beauty of America.
You a good business person, though.
Says who?
He said 6 bankruptcies and 500 plus businesses. That's outrageous. I'm sorry.
Right. I mean, no. Saying who? Saying who? You go? Are you a billionaire?
Are you?
No, but Trump is one.
He's
one.
Trump is because his daddy was. It's not like he started from the ground up. I'm sorry, but there's not much merit in that. It's like, congratulations.
Is she wrong for y'all saying, oh my God, wasn't he a real estate tycoon? It's like saying LeBron James Jr. is like saying LeBron James Jr. at 50 is a billionaire. He's supposed to kind of, right?
Fatty, you are not an American. Let me explain to you. Trump's
okay. Thank you very much, Mr. American.
Wow.
Fatty. Trump's dad, Fatty, made money off of welfare recipients with his homes and his apartments. Trump 10x'd it, 100x'd the business. So he did have to work hard. Fatty, don't let these Americans fool you. Trump worked hard for what he got, man. He's the master of negotiation, man.
So CT actually, if Trump put the money that he inherited on the S&P 500, he would have way more money than he has now. Most of the money that actually acquired to go above the billionaire mark was during his president mandate, doing these shenanigans deals with other countries. And for the most part, I don't know if y'all remember, there was a point of time where Donald Trump had a casino. His dad literally went to the casino, bought $1 million in chips, and literally just bounced and went away. Donald Trump might be the mess, like he might test the results, but if you actually look at history, I think anybody on this panel just putting the money on the S&P 500 and going to sleep for 20 years would actually have better results than him. Matter of
Atlantic
fact,
City is a wreck. I go there almost every year. Fatty, before Trump, it was really nice, and now it's a piece of shit. Like,
Fatty, who do you invest with? Fidelity? Who do you invest with? I'm curious. Who do you invest with? The who?
The Giro is a stock exchange. The Giro, DEGENIRO.
So have you ever traded in indices? Because you named it S&P, right? That's the index, right? You ever traded in indices?
Have you ever traded index funds?
Yeah, the index. Have you ever traded?
Yes, I have money on the S&P 500. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so are you a retail stock trader, or do you have a license or whatever?
No. I'm a retail stock trader.
How would you know? So how would you know what somebody's outcome would be? How would you know?
Because the S&P 500 has an average yearly, and I can literally go and see how was the S&P 500 doing in 82 and how the S&P 500 is doing now. I can go and see the amount of money Donald Trump inherited from his dad, and I can literally make an assessment. Y'all not going to get me with this. I wouldn't recommend you to do that to me. That's the same. How much did he?
Fatty, how much did Donald Trump inherit from it? How much did Donald Trump inherit?
$300 to $400 million.
Dude, his dad didn't have that kind of money when he
absolutely did.
It's a count. Hold on. This number is accurate. Hold on. I got this one. Hold on. It's $300 million if you account for inflation, right, bro? Hold on.
Looky, Donald Trump got a head start from his dad. Can we just keep it at that? He got a head start.
Sure. I'll take that. But he's all.
Okay. He got a head start.
But hold on,
one second. I got you, Admiral. So Donald Trump, as a source, claimed that he got $1 million, a small loan of $1 billion. The New York Times, after investigative reports based on 100,000 pages of tax returns, found out he was $413 million.
Hey, I'll grant that, Fatty.
Y'all can do whatever you want now. Chaotic and Admiral to the floor. I'll just report to you.
One question, Fatty.
Go ahead, CT.
Just one question to you, Fatty. If what you were saying is, because you know a lot of this stuff on Google is bullshit, right? Even on people's network. If what you were saying is so true, why was his brother an airline pilot?
Well, I'll even. No, let's just manage. Go ahead.
But hold on, let Fatty answer. Fatty, if what you're saying is true, let's assume everything you're saying is true.
Yes.
Why was his brother an airline pilot?
Because he likes to fly planes, and because because he likes to fly planes, and the second one. One second, no, let me actually tell you, flight pilots are probably top 5 in the most well-paid professionals if you're not taking motherfucking diamonds from the floor. So his money, so his money and his status, there's no more. If a pilot comes into the room, as long as he's not the president of something, the pilot probably is the most high status in 99% of the rooms and is the best paid in those rooms. Why wouldn't he become a pilot if he likes to fly planes?
Well, on top of that,
I just want to point out. One sec. I just want to point this out because you were saying if I was to get $1 million from my dad and to just throw it in the S&P and wait 20 years, I would make a better return than Donald Trump. That was your claim, Fatty.
No, that was not my claim. One second. My claim was if you pick the money that he inherent, which is $414, if you put that money on the S&P 500 in 2019, not in 2010, not in 2000, if you put that 6 years ago, the S&P 500 literally doubled the money. So if you connect that to his fact that he's doing business deals using his presidency role, you would have clearly way more than $1 billion. You still will be a billionaire. One second, please. Only in 5 years. This is not. This is not debatable. What are we doing?
It is debatable. One sec. Because if it was to double, if it was to double in value, you still wouldn't have $1 billion.
No,
And Trump is multiple billions.
I was to respond to this. I would like to respond to what you said, Patty, since you
I got you, Tom. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna have to
I just before they keep responding to something.
What is that, Ghosty?
I want to correct like what
my
being
bunny.
said. So Trump gave yes about $400 million in a bunch of different ways. Like a lot of it was through like some of it was stocks, some of it was real estate, some of it was businesses. Him and his brother also sold their dad's business for like $170 million or something like that. And it was so it ended up being a total of $400 million over the course of like years and years and years. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like he was just given where he says I was given a small loan of $1 million. It wasn't like they just gave him $400 million in one sitting. It was over a bunch of different a bunch of different ways, a bunch of different means, a bunch of different periods in time. It was so, and then on top of that, you add inflation to it, and like how much that would be today, it would be very different numbers. But yeah.
So you disagree with the statement, just to make sure, so you disagree with the statement that Donald Trump is not outpacing, like the original statement is the master of the deal, and I'm saying. Technically, anybody on this conversation, if we inherit the money that he has and did conservative investment, we will be very close to what he has. Is that an unfair statement, Tom, or you agree?
The reason that's like really important is because people who like if you go work at a like a record label or something like that, by far the majority of people that they bring in they fail with, right? They'll fail with like 99% of the artists that they bring in. They don't make albums, they don't get on like the Billboard top 100 or anything like that. But the 1% who does ends up bringing in all of the money to pay off for those people plus more. And so that's kind of what it is with somebody like Donald Trump, where you have that much money, you have this many chances to keep gambling with the money and eventually make money, where they say like, oh, he went bankrupt this short amount of times out of like 500 businesses. Well, yeah, if you get chances at 500 businesses, you got to hit like big once or twice only. And so yes, most people don't have millions and millions of dollars to invest in that many businesses and fail that many.
So I would like to respond now. All right, couple things. Let's just, hey guys, my conservatives, trust me, I got this one. Just like let them. It's gonna sound like I don't know.
Come over here, Tom.
But just trust old Papa for a second. All right. First of all, let's just grant Fatty's premise, except for the S&P thing, that he got $413 million. We don't even have to do what Tom Foley said. Let's just say he got it straight cash or whatever method Fatty wants to claim. I'm going to let him say all that because I don't really give a shit about any of that because that's not important to the point we're going to make. Let's just grant all that. Okay. So first of all, we can all say $413 billion is less than $413 million is less than $1 billion. So that sounds like it's less than $500 million. So okay, cool. We at least doubled it. So that's at least pretty good. Secondly, we got to factor in 70% of wealthy families, the top 1%, they lose their money by the second generation. So, okay, he's in the top 30 percentile at least. And not only is he in the top 30 percentile, he's actually doubling his fucking inheritance if we just take Fatty at face value. So, no, it would be better than the S&P, even at Fatty's best argument. Even with his argument granting all the money, that's just not true what you said. It's not true because one, that's accounting, like Tom said, for over the course of lifetime, valuing it for inflation. It's not like he got this 413 mil straight cash yesterday and it's in today's dollars. That's important. Tom will agree with that, and you just laid it out. Now, even if we grant that premise, no, it's just not happening. Secondly, y'all brought up the businesses. He's got over 400 or 500 businesses, 6 bankruptcies total. Wow. I wish I had that ratio. I own 3 businesses, and I had to fucking sell one. I didn't even want to sell it. I sold it because I wanted to buy something else. If I maybe did as good as Trump, I could have kept that business and maybe made 5 more and then got 1 bankruptcy. That would have been pretty good. You know what? Like, this is a common practice in business to have bankruptcies, especially at the high level. So that argument's out the window. Now, let's just go talk one more thing. When you sit here and say, oh, you're blaming him saying his daddy gave him, let's say his daddy gave him all this cash straight. You're mad that his dad was successful and taught his son not to be like this other 70% of losers, and he was took advantage and ran with it and was one of the most premier developers in all of New York City, the crown jewel of the economy in the United States, until Dallas came along and stole all that shit, because we're better here in Texas and we know it, like Globo Gym. And I gotta say, when y'all sit here and call me a wrestler, by the way, I love it. That's good. I'm trying to match the energy. Fatty puts on a good show and has all these people dancing and all these gifs. And you know what? I gotta say, if we're gonna do that, you gotta bring some charisma, and the whoopings are happening right now. And I don't even need the charisma because we're just speaking fact.
Well, the problem is that we can't fail them many times, though.
Tom, I put you up there for you to be a moderator, Tom. Hey, friends. Which billionaire rug pulls their own constituents when you have $1 billion? Donald Trump literally created the Trump coin and rug pulled their old supporters and fuck his old shit. Donald Trump, even 4 years ago, was convicted of fraud on Trump University, $25 million, because that motherfucker is so greedy and he was struggling so bad that he had to literally scam these people. Not only that, the New York City, this man is a master negotiator. New York City banned him from doing business from 10 years and gave him an ass whooping of a fine because he was lying on his tax returns and on the money notes. Donald Trump couldn't literally borrow money from nobody. If y'all know anything about politics and economics, once you have the money and the power, you don't even have to spend your money. The bank comes knocking at your door and saying, sir, let me borrow against your money. You don't have to spend nothing. I'll give you 2% interest and you can gamble with our money. He was so bad at gambling with the bank money that he had to go outside of the United States looking for financing. Respectfully, friends, respectfully, Donald Trump is a motherfucker that stumbled upwards. That's all. No. He's one of these individuals that has the ability of stumble, and when you look at him, instead of him being on the bottom just like us, he actually stumbled upwards because the Trump brand actually has power. And the Trump brand didn't stop with Donald Trump. The Trump brand started with his dad. If you look at all his family, you can see this family is very well positioned. Even the kids. One second, please. One second. Let me just finish, and then you got it. Friends.
Just one thing.
A man that is the embodiment of good business is not doing insider trading like he's been doing on the last 3 months, 4 months, 7 months, where he pump fakes tariffs, pump fakes wars, pump fakes whatever it is, and his motherfucking 7 feet tall son gets millions and millions of dollars, while the rest of the consumer base literally gets wiped out because these motherfuckers are playing God with your money. So respectfully, he might have good results, but you can tell me that it's actually Donald Trump being a great master negotiator and all that shit. This motherfucker doesn't know how to get out of a wet paper bag. You guys got it.
Yeah, you say that, but I just want to correct the figures real quick.
I got you.
Let me say the one thing. Grifters and shysters come in all money brackets. And Donald Trump is a grifter and a shyster at the highest level. Period.
Right, great. So just to reinforce Admiral
Gibbs' argument, afterwards.
Even if you grant that Donald Trump inherited 400 million before his presidency, he had a net worth of 7 billion, which is a 15x increase on what he inherited. So to say that he couldn't fight his way out of a paper bag is showing that you're financially literate.
No, where did you got this number?
Google.
Hey, that number.
You are saying that Donald Trump had $7 billion before 2016.
No, it's about $4 billion for this.
Even on the roast of Donald Trump, his joke was, "What's the difference between a wet raccoon and Donald Trump's hair? A wet raccoon doesn't have $5 or $6 billion in the fucking bank."
So why is it?
I thought the numbers was quoted as 3.5.
And that's it. And of the 3.5, once again, that's not your network, because that motherfucker was in massive debt. That was the assets. If you actually look at the massive debt that he has, to the point where he couldn't actually buy, he probably was worth as much as me and Tarus. It just that respectfully, right? But once again.
No, he literally says that. He says that he was talking about the fact that he was pointing at grocerymen, saying those guys are worth more than me because he had so much in assets, like big houses and everything, but he was in more debt than what he was worth.
Tom, you remember his sons bragging about the fact that they didn't need American funding because they was getting it from overseas? Because to Fatty's point, it got to the point where none of the banks here in America would loan money to him.
It's okay when they do it, though. If Joe Biden does it, it's a big scandal, or Hunter Biden.
I'm actually, I'll take them. I'll bite the bullet. It's based that Biden and it's based Trump is doing it. Fine. I'm glad that they're successful and they're going to have money for their kids. I don't give a shit. He's either broke and successful or he's corrupt and successful. I don't give a shit. Or he's either broke and I just don't get it. It's like, no, I don't give a shit if they're corrupt at this point. They're all corrupt. All our leaders are corrupt. We all know it. So at least this guy's coming in and cleaning shit out. You're not going to sit here and sell that shit to me. I don't give a fuck.
Before Cody goes, y'all are the party of family values. You believe in honesty, and you believe in truth, and you believe in Christianity.
I believe in capitalism. I don't give a fuck about that. Maybe some other Republicans do. But you're arguing with me. Are those Republicans in the room?
I'm not arguing with you, right?
747 back home with them after the presidency, and you talking about he trying to clean out shit. Stop it, bro.
Nancy Pelosi earns $200,000 a year, but she's worth over $200 million. Explain that.
1 second, Iso, and you know what's funny? Nancy Pelosi needs to go. Hillary Clinton needs to go. You don't find no Tom. You're going to find it, right? But if you talk with most Democrats or lefties, yes, if they did something, get him. If Joe Biden's son is a crackhead, get him. If Hillary did something, get him. And as soon as we talk about the other side, right? Because we said get him. As soon as you say, should Donald Trump be arrested by ABC or should these people on this administration? Hey, man, the Democrats did it. I don't get it once again. And you can respond.
Not everybody. Nobody says that.
Just one second, friends. We are 16 months in, and I keep seeing y'all do shows. What about Obama? What about Kamala? What about Obama?
I said it was based on that fucking partner.
Y'all are literally in war with Iran. Y'all are literally in war with Iran. The Epstein files still locked. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. The Russia war didn't stop. You put your other countries first. You still have a bunch of homeless. Employment for the first time. There was no jobs created ever. And y'all are talking about Kamala Harris. Come on, man. Guys.
No, because so 1 sec. So, Fatty, you agree that Trump should call out the likes of Tucker Carlson, Canastone for being low Q? Because those were his guys.
Let me answer. I believe he should actually target the media on the right, just like he targets the media on the left if he feels that way. I just don't think he's about their IQ. If they literally agreed with him, Donald Trump would say they have the highest IQ ever. Yep. Just like he when Elon Musk was on his side, he was the best and he was the great. And as soon as he turned on him, motherfucker turned on him too. So again, Donald Trump is not about IQ. He's not about right or wrong. He's about are you loyal or are you not? And if you look at his cabinet on the first administration and the second, even the most loyalists are going to get canned regardless. Because as soon as you say something he doesn't like, he will try to replace you by somebody that will. So
Biden had a higher turnover rate than Trump's administration has in both times. I don't want to bring them up, but you're just speaking lies again. Why don't you go look at the exchange rate for Biden versus Trump? No, I don't have to do this. And I guess what? You argue with all these people. I don't know who you've been arguing with, but I didn't say that shit. When I said Biden did that shit, guess what? I said based. You know when he's born his son? I said based. I do believe more family values. I believe in looking out for my family. I believe in my family having money going forward. I believe in putting us first. I'm tired of these people sitting here acting like that's not a family value. I'm here for capitalism. You said he's a shyster, a con man. Apparently he's a successful one because he's a billionaire and he's in the White House. Where are y'all at? If y'all can do what he's doing, then do it then. Because y'all sit here and say all these things, but guess what? He's successful and you're not. Either he's corrupt and successful or he's just successful. But guess what? He's still successful. So I pick one.
Guys,
Because I don't give a shit.
needs another 20 billion from us, probably.
One second, Tom. Y'all luck is that we have ChatGPT and Gemini and all these things. The cabinet turnover tale, Joe Biden first term, 13%, Donald Trump first term, 92% all-time high. Total departures, only 2 major cabinet adds, 14 cabinet level officials departed, 8 team senior staff, 71, 72, and on Trump, 92%. 1 year, first year stability, 8% turnover, Donald Trump, 35% turnover. So, sir, I don't know you're getting your numbers, respectfully, but it is still wrong.
You said if you started arguing too much, you shut up.
I know. I will be quiet and I'll shut up. Let Chaotic Truth take us home, friends, because we still have 2 main topics to go. So I need Chaotic to take us home and tell us how great the United States it is and how much of fat ass fatties.
Carlson and Candace Owens.
Y'all didn't talk it because you didn't want to. Y'all left the floor when you had to. Go ahead, Chaotic. Tell us how much of a liar I am for being a foreigner.
Your raggedy ass country, Spain, and so many other these raggedy ass Western countries fumbled the biggest bags in world history. At one point, Spain were world leaders. At one point, the Portuguese were world leaders. Yeah. You stopped being greedy. You didn't want to win. Trump is a winner. Anybody's talking about Trump and how he got his money, you are a loser. You are a major loser. I've heard this all my life. Well, he got a bank. His daddy bankrolled him, and blah blah blah. You're a loser. You come from a family of losers because winners don't talk. Winners don't talk like this. Let me tell you something, Fatty, and I'm going to land the plane here. Rule number 1: attack, attack, attack. Rule number 2: admit nothing, deny everything. And rule number 3: always claim victory, even in defeat. Donald Trump is a winner. Donald Trump's America. And I'm not going to let somebody
sounds like a trophy.
I'm not going to let somebody like you. I'm not going to let somebody like you, Fatty, with your foreign ass, with your Portuguese tongue, disrespect my president. What is your country doing? It ain't winning.
Hey, let me answer.
It ain't winning, bro.
Let me answer. My country has universal health care. So if you get a heart attack or some cancer, you can treat yourself. My country has affordable college. Kids can go to work at McDonald's on a part-time, and they can actually go ahead and get higher education if you are smart enough. My country is the 4th safest country in the planet. My country has a quality of life that is way higher than the United States. My country has. Like, you want me to keep going? And yes, USA, the biggest military in the planet, when you can have a $1 trillion company building and homeless in front of them living on a tent. So yes,
you know, Fatty operated my trap card, by the way. You operated my trap card with that fact check. You did this fact check. Hold on. You know why I quoted Biden's thing? Because I set you up. Here's the thing. Well, Kamala became the candidate. Guess what? That turnover rate, including Biden's coup, jumps to 93%. And some other people. And guess what? That's higher than Trump's turnover rate. So the Democratic turnover rate for their presidential candidates still higher than Trump, and the first term was higher than Trump.
Did he say Kamala?
That's right. You got to factor in the fact that Biden's administration's first term turned him over as well. Ain't that a bitch?
No, he said Kamala. Go ahead, Chaotic. Hey, Tom, take us home, Tom. Go ahead, Chaotic. He said Kamala.
This is personal between me and you.
Oh, shit.
When your Portuguese ass gets sick and you need specialized care, I'm not wishing this on you, man. I'm talking about just your whole raggedy country along with other European raggedy ass countries. Right down the street from where I live is the Cleveland Clinic, the best hospital on the planet. You could talk all that universal health care bullshit you talking about, but I could tell you right now, Sultans have been at the Cleveland Clinic. I've seen very wealthy people from all over the world come here. Ain't nobody going to no goddamn Lisbon for no goddamn.
They go to Germany though. They go to Madrid though. Oh, hey, Luka Doncic got a problem on his hamstring. He went to Madrid to take treatment. Kobe Bryant, every time he had a problem with his knee, he would go to Germany. Respectfully, I can have both. I can have public system, and if I choose so, because I pay American taxes, go to the Cleveland, right? The Cleveland, you need whatever the hospital you have, and take care of my bum shoulder. It's fine. I will pay regardless, right? So let me go. Go ahead, Chaotic. You can lie to us again.
Is your country a superpower?
I'm a part of the European Union, so yes.
You could drive.
And who pays?
It's just like asking, is Minnesota a superpower? I'm a part of the European Union, the biggest trading bloc in the planet. So yes, and a part of NATO, a part of ONU. I get all the privileges of getting a part of the most popular and powerful bloc.
Because we protect you. We are your military. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for your service. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Real quick.
Yeah. So what's your point? You're putting it off our teeth. That's your whole point.
Just to be clear, that is true. That yes, like when you're talking about how much we spend on our military, well, y'all spend that much on your healthcare. It is because yes, you guys get a lot of benefits by being part of NATO.
It's not.
Where we do spend a lot on military. So that
there's nothing to do with NATO, Tom. No, Tom, stay there. Tom, y'all are supporting Argentina and Israel, and both of those countries have universal health care. You're literally sending billions of dollars to countries that treat 100% of their population, while literally people in the United States either are underinsured or are one catastrophic situation from happening, from literally losing their coverage. So what you talking about?
Yes, that's what I just said. I just said that you guys get healthcare. You guys get universal healthcare because we send a lot of money to these countries. We put a lot of money into the military. We spend all of this money. So you guys get to spend the rest of your money on other things. Yes,
absolutely not.
What I said. Correct.
You are wrong.
What I just said. You just repeated it.
Tom, you are doing a false equivalent, and you're doing a zero-sum game. Universal healthcare. Let me explain to you. Universal healthcare will cover every American, and it will be less expensive than the system that you have right now. Pound per pound, if you're going to look at the system you have right now, if you transform this system and stop price gouging from Big Pharma, stop them from lobbying, stop charging for socks and motherfucking blankies, and you get a key, then you get the $12,000 bill. Like, if y'all actually move to 1 second, let me just finish. If y'all move to if y'all move to universal health care, that will be cheaper. You don't have to do all this extra work with private insurance companies, and you still can apply to the same insurance companies for a fraction of the price, because now they don't control the monopoly. So now they actually have to lower the prices of private insurance. Like, for example, Portugal, where Fatty spends $50 a month to get access to the best medical facilities, instead of spending $400, $500, $1,000 to get all your motherfucking shit. And as soon as you lose your job, that shit goes with the birds. So no, it's not a zero-sum game. We're talking about healthcare with healthcare. You're going to have the chance to reply. Chaotic, please take us on. We're going to the next topic.
Okay, yeah, I'm just not even going to respond to that so that I don't get in a back and forth with you again.
Just real quick, I just have one simple question for Freddy.
Everybody else was saying what everybody else was saying is that that if you're like praising Donald Trump for being so corrupt and that this is what winners do, and that having people like Elon Musk a part of his administration and having more lobbyists part of his administration than anybody before, only in this term having the most lobbyists breaking the record of his first term, where he set the record by more than double the record before that. So on top of that, Gibbs is correct that Kamala Harris had a 92% turnover rate while she was running her campaign, but not Biden. Biden didn't have that. Biden was, I think overall it was around 70%, but it still was not the 97% of Donald Trump.
The reason I said that, Tom, just to clarify, is when Biden got canned, that goes over to 80, 90%. That was the joke there.
Biden never got canned. So anyway,
he didn't run for office again because they cooed him. That's a canning.
That's not okay. That's not what we're talking about. His presidency, not his campaign. I don't know why the fuck you're bringing up something totally irrelevant. But anyway,
campaigns versus 4-year mandates. That's crazy.
when Chaotic is bringing up like how corrupt Trump is and how corrupt his administration is, and that this is like what winners do, Donald Trump literally ran on the opposite of this. He ran on draining the swamp. He ran on getting rid of the deep state. He ran on helping the people and taking care of them. But instead, he's taking care of lobbyists. He's taking care of billionaires. He's taking care of his friends. He is not somebody, and this is Donald Trump's world. This is you're praising it. You're backing him up on that. Even Donald Trump can literally break every promise, every single thing that he ran on, the top points on his fucking campaign, and you guys will still praise him for it in the end. It literally doesn't matter what he does. He ran on no new wars the whole time, and then he goes to war immediately, unnecessarily, and you guys praise him for that as well. There is literally nothing wrong he can do. This is a pointless argument having with people when then while he's running, they're saying, I'm voting for him because he's going to get rid of corruption and have no new wars, and then once he comes in, starts wars, and is super corrupt, they're going to praise him for that anyway, so it makes no difference.
Yeah, so your false assumption there is that this wasn't necessary. It was necessary because we now know, because even the Iranian regime is saying that they had 60% enriched uranium. What were you going to do? Just wait for them to get 90% and build the fucking nukes?
When did they start enriching uranium? What year?
It's irrelevant. You're saying that this action was unnecessary.
No,
they were already at 60%.
That's why.
No,
That's
not
okay.
irrelevant.
So this is why it's necessary. This is why it matters. Is because we were in a JCPOA. We were in an agreement with Iran where they weren't allowed to enrich uranium above 3.6%. And during the period that they were in that agreement in the JCPOA, they never enriched above 3.6%. And then in Donald Trump's first term in 2018, he pulled us out of the JCPOA, and then he goes to war with them for doing the thing that he allowed them to do. He says, hey, we're backing out of this deal. You guys can now enrich uranium all you want because we're pulling out of the deal. They start enriching uranium. He goes to war with them. He caused the problem. It's him.
How long does it take to get from 3% uranium to 60% enriched uranium?
What do you mean, how long does it take?
You're the one that's claiming that Iran was being honest and playing ball and saying they would never enrich uranium. And I'm asking you, how long would it take to get from 3% enriched uranium to 60%?
I'm saying they
because the timeline doesn't match, Tom. You're trusting terrorists more than your president.
Wait, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm
yes,
not.
You are.
I'm not trusting terrorists. No, I'm not.
You're assuming that they weren't enriching.
Okay.
We didn't just take their word for it.
Think, wait, just real quick, how do we know how much they were enriching to during the JCPOA? How do we know?
Because of the timeline. It does not make sense.
No, you don't know anything
that
about
all of a sudden when they pull out, they just magically have 60% uranium. It's like, wait a sec, guys.
You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
I asked you, what's the timeline?
The reason
I'm talking. What's the timeline? How long does it take to get from 3% to 60%? This should be a key thing to your case, Tom.
No, it's not.
There isn't an answer.
While we were part of the JCPOA, there was a.
Because if it takes Tom, let me explain something to you.
Okay, he's just
let me explain something. If it takes 10 years, if it takes 10 years to enrich uranium from 3% to 60%, that means that Iran was already violating the deal, which blows a massive hole in your whole fucking argument here.
Sure, yeah, you can do it in like it depends on how you're doing it, and even if it was shipped in, got it from
that's not very
else,
confident.
Like, it literally, but well, no, it doesn't matter because we know that we had audits on them during the period that they were in the JCPOA. We were going in, so we again. You keep saying they are lying. We are not trusting Iran. We're not trusting Iran. You don't know what you're talking about. You've never looked into this topic, so just shut the fuck up.
Why would you trust them? Why would you try to make a deal with people you don't trust?
Hold on. Did I just say we're not trusting terrorists? Did I just say that like 5 times? Why are you still repeating that?
So why would you want to make a deal with these people then?
Just shut the fuck up.
Why would you want to make a deal? You can't tell me how long it takes to enrich it.
I'm listening. I'm trying to explain it to you. You just will not listen because you have no fucking idea what you're talking about. So the IAEA is an agreement that we had, or a group that we had coming in from the UN that was doing audits on Iran, where they would go in and check all their facilities, check the uranium, check how much they were enriching everything to. And even if they lied about it, they still found out. And when they did lie about it, IAEA were the ones who reported it first and told us that they were enriching uranium to 60%. And then Iran came out and said that they were enriching uranium to 60% because they were caught on it. We know what they're doing because we have audits on them.
When voices clash, ideas crumble, and new truths rise. Welcome to Breaking Ground.
Buckle up, everyone. It's time for some super chats.
We are going to get the Tina over here because she's almost falling asleep. I got you, Tina. Don't worry. The Gina CEO with $5 saying Trump 2028.
Cha-ching.
I'm going to read this quick super chats and friends. I'm closing it out on the Team Fatty side. We need to monetize the white channel. There's the link in the chat. I'm going to read all super chats and we go straight to the main event, friends. We're going to bypass the China thing so we can talk about the Jesus thing, okay? The Donald Trump as Jesus, so we can go from there. We have Jiros.
The Untouchable Empire, baby.
With 1 membership. I appreciate you, Judas. We have the lovely red lipstick vibes. You can find her on Sunday. On the ladies first. I appreciate you, Red.
Untouchable Empire, baby.
We have Frederick in the building saying hello, everyone.
The Untouchable Empire, baby.
Member for 6 months. Twisted Puppy has a new emoji come through with 5 untouchable memberships.
I believe that there's multiple so-called black leaders who believe that they are untouchable.
The Untouchable Empire, baby.
Thank you very much. We have TJ from the Through the Fire podcast saying there is no war, it's a conflict. Ooh-wee. Thank you very much, sir. He comes back and says, tomfoolery. Stop calling it war. Only Congress can declare war, and they have not. Calling it a war is propaganda and inflammatory. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you. We have Savage in the building, the sponsor of the show right now. He says, the left doesn't hold the left accountable. Thank you very much. He comes back and he says, the Democratic House member was shot by a guy Tim Walz hired in the government. Another one. We have Mr. Savage back again saying, Ukraine is not our ally. Thank you very much, sir. Member for 22 months, Mr. Justin D saying, LOL, that money that Obama sent to them was owed to Iran. The U.S. had those funds.
The Untouchable Empire, baby.
We have Virgo Girl. She been so nice to me lately. Shout out to Virgo Girl. He says, Trump says he likes stupid people.
Oh man. Hey.
Savage came through with a $10 ball. And he says, Trump is making a play on China's full supply. Iran and Venezuela is 17% of the supply. We took out 40% of Russia's full distribution 2 weeks ago. We have Savage back again saying, you're a woman. We don't care about your thoughts on politics. Oh, damn, that's crazy. We have the real DJ Ghost Entertainment. He says, what is up, Fatty? I wanted in on these debates for real. We have a full house. Our guests are bringing a tremendous amount of energy, so salute to him for actually doing great today. This has been a very entertaining show without a lot of name calling, not a lot. So I appreciate y'all for actually being civil, my friend. Savage says the left didn't care when Obama said he would stop the wars, then bomb more countries, didn't care about Ukraine, but now they care about Iran, but still support Ukraine. And dollars from Savage, and he says again, raise your hand if us being at war with Russia is just a fight. Oh shit, we have the lovely Doris in the building, member for 3 years. Love you, Doris. The Untouchable Matriarch. I appreciate you.
The Untouchable Empire, baby.
I appreciate you, Miss. Thank you very much. Savage saying the US supplements your country. How can the US supplement my country when NATO is literally a defensive force? And there's not been defensive wars fought in the West on the last 60 years. I wonder. Like this mean that the United States, if the United States were attacked, absolutely. If Portugal were attacked, the only country to actually press the button of Article 5 was the United States. And spoiler alert, it wasn't Afghanistan that brought 3 towers down with 2 troop planes. I just want to leave it out there. I want to be on YouTube, so I'm not going to talk about this anymore. Okay. Thank you very much, Savage. I appreciate you. We have Savage against this. Fatty, you're wrong on healthcare. Beat me about it. Thank you, Savage. We have Savage again. Oh, they already read that one. Thank you very much. We have 5 to go. We have CTG Policia saying Tariq. How long does it take to go from obliterated nuclear development, as claimed by Trump, to almost having a nuclear weapon? 9 months. Oh. He's talking about the deal that we had before with Admiral Gibbs again. We told us in the UN inspectors famously great at their jobs. They will write about Iraq. Just saying. Twisted Pup, $20. I appreciate you, my brother, for supporting the show. This is a great back and forth. Untouchables forever. Thank you very much, and I appreciate it that my boy Drobonaut coming in with our 5 Untouchable memberships. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all having y'all here. There's 200 and a lot people on the Team Fetty side. I'm going to close the stream now. Come to the Wake Up Fetty show and at the watch hours on this side. You can support via Cash App or Super Chat by the coffee link that is going to pin on top. We're going to go back to the show. So friends, I appreciate y'all that are watching on the Team Fetty show. I see y'all on the other side.
When voices clash, ideas crumble, and new truths rise. Welcome to Breaking Ground.
And we are going to go, friends, to the main event because, let me get the Tina over here and Mr. Chaotic because they're talking about it. Let's go to the main event.
It's time to do.
And by the way, friends, every single content creator here, the links are going to be in the description. Please go ahead and follow them. I would appreciate it to support them on their endeavors. I want them to come here at least 2 times a month. So let's make it worth it, okay? Main event, Donald Trump posts a picture of him as Jesus Christ superstar.
If Jesus can't save these hoes, why are you trying? What make you think you greater than Jesus?
And the world was set on fire. Here is his justification. So why he made that post? Let's listen to him.
Did you post that picture of yourself depicted as Jesus Christ?
Well, it wasn't depicted. It was me. I did post it, and I thought it was me as the doctor, and had to do with Red Cross as a Red Cross worker there, which we support. And only the fake news could come up with that one. So I just heard about it, and I said, how did they come up with that? It's supposed to be me as a doctor making people better, and I do make people better. I make people a lot.
I don't want peace. I want problems always. It's time to do.
Tina, and then Chaotic. What do you think about this? Did he violate it? Did he use blasphemy against y'all God, or he actually did nothing wrong? What's your opinion about it?
So I know that he wasn't the one to create the picture, but he still reposted it. And then the picture that he reposted was actually altered. So originally it had the like soldiers in the background, and then all of a sudden it had like wings and horns in the background. And there's so much sacrilegious imagery in this. And I mean, to say that it's a doctor is crazy. I get saying that it could have been the Pope, which I wouldn't have been mad at because I'm not a fan of the Pope. But the thing is it looks like Jesus. Like, this is why the Bible says people have they have eyes but do not see, they have ears but do not hear. And this is why I say no one's above reproach. The moment I called that out, people I've known for years went to literally crucify me, and they said, oh, who are you to judge? And I said, I was judging his actions and condemning the actions of reposting that, saying that the imagery is sacrilegious. And then they came to essentially try and crucify me personally. And just as the guy said earlier, he said that anyone who goes against this regime, which is crazy to call it that, but that's what he said, anyone who goes against the regime is a traitor. And I have supported Trump for so long. And I'm sorry, when it comes to mocking my God, I'm going to stand by my God. I don't care who you are. It was so sacrilegious and disrespectful. And he could have easily said, you know what? I reposted it. I didn't think it through, whatever. That's not what he did. He just tried to backpedal, justify it. He didn't apologize, anything. And I really like what Tucker Carlson was talking about. He said on Easter, he had posted something, I guess, on X, and he was like cussing on Easter. I don't mind him making fun of Islam because, I mean, I'm not a fan. So, but he was making fun of Islam, making fun of the Pope. Again, I don't care so much because I'm not a fan of the Pope. But it's like he doesn't have accountability for the things that he says. And the left has been saying this for a long time. And mind you, I've supported Trump for a very long time. I didn't always agree with everything he said. But when it comes to God, that's when I got to take a step back and say, you know what, you're not above reproach. And he should have apologized for this. He didn't. Instead, he just kind of like made some excuse that he was a doctor. Anyone with eyes to see knows that that's not a doctor. And the fact that people were so up in arms to attack anyone who didn't like this, I think shows that it's very like cult behavior. This is the same exact thing that the right has been scrutinizing the left for, and now they're partaking in these same exact tactics. When it comes to our God, they're choosing an idol. They have made an idol of Trump and done exactly what they said that the left has done. And that's my thoughts on that.
Chaotic and interrupted.
Fatty, John 14:12. You will do greater works than me. Psalm 82:6. Ye are all gods. These are in the Bible. Secondly, Fatty, or whatever. Secondly, thirdly, whatever. There's no image of Jesus Christ, to my knowledge. Nobody knows what Jesus Christ looks like. There's never been any picture of Jesus Christ. The image that we see is actually an image of somebody from Europe, one of the royal families, like the canonized. Yeah, Cesare Borgia. Thank you so much. So nobody really knows what he looked. Hell, he if anything, he could have looked like me. I don't know, man. But the fact of the matter is that Christ, according to the Bible, he says that it said that you will do greater works than me, meaning that if you're going to copy somebody, why not copy the best cat? Even if that was Trump attempting to look like Christ. So what? Is he not a child of God? Is he not? Thank you so much, Carl Anderson, for the 28.41 euro. So the way I look at it is this: even if this was trying to superimpose himself as Christ, I don't look at that as anything wrong with that. Children play the three kings scenes. We did it in school. Three kings and Christ. Give me a second. Excuse me.
Bless you. Stop lying. Bless you. Stop lying.
Stop gaslighting.
So the way I look at it is this, man. Are not doctors healers? Do we not have healers right now? Do we not have individuals who literally work in the name of Christ? Do we not have individuals right now who do philanthropy? Do we not have these individuals right now who heal people? So why not imitate Christ? I don't see anything wrong with that. We did this when we were in school. The nativity scene. So when is it blasphemy and when is it not blasphemy? Is it not blasphemy when children do it? So the fact of the matter is that I saw nothing wrong with it, Fatty. I don't look at it as blasphemy. I think if anything, Christ would love the fact that an individual would have a picture like that, or if somebody dressed up like Christ, because why not dress up like one of the greatest human beings in history or gods? I mean, why not do it? He never said don't do it, so why not? Go ahead, Fatty.
Just to make sure, any Christian other than a teenager?
I'm a Southern Baptist. I'm a minister with 2 religious doctorates. I have an opinion.
Hey, you know what? You know what? Let the Tina go, and then you can get it right afterwards, my brother.
Okay, so I believe that one of the first iconographers was one of the apostles. So we do kind of know a little bit of what Christ looked like. Just a little correction there. But regardless, I know what you're saying about Borgia, but I think comparing Trump to a kid, like doing this dress up, whatever it is that you called it, is a little wild. He knows exactly what he's doing. There's no humility in this. This is idolatry. And it's sacrilegious. And this is what I'm saying. Like, it's so disingenuous that you're not going to call it out. This is your, I mean, I believe you're a Christian. Is that correct?
I am an institutional Christian. Yes.
Okay. So if you deny him, he will deny you. This is blatantly sacrilegious. There's no humility in this. In no way. I
have a rebuttal too, Fatty. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
In no
change
way.
Our point to Tina, and then we get Admiral and Chaotic. And let me change our name because this is the Speakeasy debate. This says against. I don't know exactly what do you guess for. Go
By
ahead,
the way,
Tina.
Gibbs and Chaotic, if you want me to completely blow this argument out of the water, just let me know. Just call me up when you want,
3
boys.
against 1? Damn, y'all can take a Tina 1-on-1. That's crazy. Jeremy, thank you so much for the $25 Cash App. Jeremy has an emoji too. Go ahead, the Tina interrupted, and then I want to hear from the 3 fellows.
So I get that someone else made this image of him and then he reposted it, but we're not supposed to praise ourselves. If others praise us, that's one thing, but him reposting it and then saying that he thought it was a doctor, like, it's just, everything about this is so disingenuous. And then the reaction that people had, it's literally like watching a cult. Like, as soon as people, after, Trump, his ear got clipped and people started wearing the band-aids, I was like, okay, this is getting a little creepy. Like, at what point do you say this is not okay? Literally nothing he does will get any scrutiny from the right. And that's not normal. He's not perfect. He's not Christ.
All right. Well, Fatty, you there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
1 Timothy 2:12. I do not permit a woman to teach or have authority over a man. 1 Corinthians 14:34. Women should remain silent in churches. No offense to you.
We're not in a fucking church.
Let me. Oh, I'm sorry.
You can land the plane, Mr. Chaotic. Yes, you can land it.
Was the universe not created by God? Isn't the entire universe a church within itself? The fact of the matter is that I'm listening to a woman trying to teach me about the Bible. Ma'am, you are in no position to even talk to me about the scripture. No, you're just not. No one. Hold on. I was quiet. No woman is. You're not. I mean, no offense to you. You're not a man. You are not the master and commander of this planet. You are not over. It's man.
Wait,
first.
So why is Trump's spiritual advisor a woman?
Can I ever
I'm
finish?
just curious.
Trump's
spiritual advisor is a female.
Don't say it's fine. I know what to do.
I swear to God, I talked about this earlier, bro.
I got it.
What? Call it what you want. What is LeBron looking for?
Chaotic and interrupted, and then the woman, okay, is going to have the chance to reply, Miss Ghosty, and I got you, Atina, and then I remember Admiral and Mr. Teriak. Okay, go ahead.
Again, the only reason why women are even talking to me or other men about the Bible is because of the goddamn Protestant church. If it wasn't for the Protestant church, you wouldn't even be speaking to me about this stuff. You don't know the Bible, ma'am. It's not for you to interpret. It literally says it in there. So if you want to use the Bible, I've read the Bible. I wouldn't say I'm very versed, but I've read it. Ma'am, it's not for you. If Donald Trump wants to appear like Christ, that is up for a man to interpret. I'm a man. I'm telling you, I didn't see anything wrong with that. Now, if another man says something, that's fine. Okay, it's just two guys talking. But ma'am, you are in no position. You are not in clergy, and you're not supposed to be in clergy. You're not. You're not. Go ahead, man. I'm done talking. Thank you. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ghosty. And then
do you want to respond, Athena? All I wanted to say was that Trump's spiritual advisor is a woman. That was the only point I was making. But yeah, Athena, please reply.
So I understand what you're saying about the Protestant church, and yes, women have no place in the church to teach. The scripture is very clear. Why would it make it clear that women shouldn't teach in the church if they're not supposed to teach anywhere? And why would the church, St. Catherine, that's actually who I'm baptized after. The Orthodox Church made her a saint. She debated with 50 men and won. So to say that women need to be quiet all the time and that we can never speak is just not the truth. So you're being disingenuous. You know that that's not true, and you're trying to bank on the fact that maybe I don't actually read my Bible. I'm an Orthodox Christian. I have been in the church since I was younger. Do I believe that there should be any women clergy? No, absolutely not. That's not what we're saying. There would not be an etiquette for church if it was just the etiquette in general. There's a reason why they specify women should act this way in church, because outside of church, we can absolutely have discussions. So I just wanted to say that.
I think it's important, though. You said something just now that I think really needs to be framed in the aspect of this number. I'll let you finish rebuttal, then I'll go fully chaotic. I just want to say, since you said you're Orthodox, it makes more sense why you specifically would be upset about the iconography. We can go into that a little more in a moment. But chaotic, you seem like you want to. I have a whole thing, but I want to let him rebuttal.
I just want to make it plain and clear, ma'am. God made your hand small enough to wrap around a mop. You are not. You are not supposed to even speak to men unless it's your husband, ma'am. And this is one of the problems, man. You are up here, women. I mean, the fact that even women can muster up any opinion about Trump is wild. It's insane to me. You shouldn't even have the right. Women shouldn't even have the right to vote. To be completely honest,
you got to tone that down.
Aren't you the guy who hates Islam? Like, I'm so confused.
Oh my God! Hey man, hey, do y'all want to talk? Do you want to talk or not, man? Hey,
Frank, I know it was very incendiary, but you have to let him finish.
The content presented on the following show is intended for satirical and educational purposes only. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by panelists and guests are their own and do not necessarily.
Go ahead, Kotick, and interrupt it, please, and mute yourself, and then Admiral Gibbs. Kotick, you're muted.
This is why the West is losing. We have too many. What's up, Danny? Thank you so much for the $5 cash app, buddy. Salute to you, man. Positive.
Thank you, Freezer.
We have too many.
Joining America. Blah, blah, blah.
Hey, Fatty, man.
I'm so sorry.
What
are you talking to my stream? I thought it was muted.
Y'all don't have to make me do my job. I said at the beginning of the show, if y'all interrupt, I will mute y'all. So go.
I thought I was muted. I was talking to my stream.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead, Carl. You get interrupted. No ad libs.
I am not a misogynist at all. I don't even do red pill content, ma'am. You have the luxury to debate. You have the luxury to say these things because you don't put in and you will never put in the hard work and what it takes to build a civilization. You and any other woman, you're not going to have your ass 50 or 60 feet up on an I-beam building a skyscraper. I know what's about to come next. Are you doing it, CT? No, I'm not. But here goes the difference. If I was called to build a nation, historically, I mean, let's be honest about it. Weren't black men, I'm gonna use race now, weren't black men building too? Women are not builders. So me talking to you is an offense. You're not supposed to even be here. You're supposed to be in a domestic role. All the women on the panel, all the women listening, you're not intelligent enough, and you cannot defend what you are talking about. Yeah, okay, St. Catherine, yada, yada, yada. Who even knows that is even a real person? And I know she was martyred. But the fact of the matter is, man, hold on, let me finish. But the fact of the matter is that we've become weak and soft as a civilization. You're never gonna get. You would never in a million. No, I'm talking all the women. You would never go on the battlefront. You would. I mean, on the front. You would never do it. you would never defend this nation. You would never defend what you're talking about. And that is the difference. So I support Trump. Did I support Trump when he talked about the Haitians eating the cats? Of course not. I did a video on that. I talked to so many people in Springfield, Ohio, who debunked that. Yes, ma'am, I will kick in the back of Trump when it's necessary. When he lied and said he was 215 pounds, you were there. I did an entire video on it. I will kick in the back of Trump when it's necessary. But right now it's not necessary. I support the president. I'm sorry. And I support Israel, and I'm a Zionist. Yes, and I don't like Islam.
What? You are what? They said I'm a Zionist. Hey, go ahead. Gibbs interrupted, and then I let the people on the bottom row to actually chime in on these very inflammatory statements. Okay, friends, we have 50 minutes to go. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you guys are having fun. Panelists, y'all doing awesome. So thank you very much once again for the performance. Go ahead, Gibbs.
Yeah, so I know it was brimstone in the last panel, but I want to preface this off by starting. Yeah, I have my religious doctrines. I'm a piece of shit. I'm not practicing right now. I'm an awful, terrible person, right? I'm a bad guy. We do terrible things. We try to make money. We try to live. But I tell you what, the Lord said, hey, give your witness. He wants us to spread our witness. And you know where I witness? I witness to other piece of shit. And Jesus, what he did is he came and talked to Zacchaeus and all of these prostitutes, the lowest of the low. And what he did, he was a doctor of souls. He also was a doctor in the sense that he healed lepers, brought people back from the dead in a literal sense. But he was also a doctor of souls. The whole point is to get to him. Now, I get why you're upset about the iconography. But we can find out if we look at the Bible that Jesus also had a humorous side. If we look at his parables, the image of a plank in the guy's eye. There's other ones there's all sorts of parables, the camel going through the eye of a needle. He used humor as a way to get things done. He famously called the first saint, the first pope, Peter, the rock, when Peter is famously impulsive and shaky. So he's got a sense of humor. And also one other thing, God said he would make himself known through ways of the world. Well, guys, if you don't think God's got a sense of humor, then I don't know if you've ever seen the faces people make sex. When they're having sex, it's crazy. They make funny faces. I know that he's looking down, laughing, and having a good time. So all these things, you can see God in many, many ways. Now, here's my point with this. When you talk about this, Trump says he's a doctor. You know what? He is a doctor. He's trying to heal this nation in a sense. He's trying to heal the soul of the nation in a spiritual sense. He's trying to heal this nation in an economic and America first sense and bring us back from this leftist. And you know what? He shared an image, may I, doctor, whoever. Trump's already said he's going to double down on shit all the time. He's already said this. This is the art of the deal. He lays this out. If you follow it, whatever. Now, you're asking Trump to be something he's not. You're saying be Christ-like. That's a goal. That's a worthy goal. But but he also wants us to witness and be ourselves. And a little bit of us is in God. God's confident. He's omnipowerful, all-powerful, omnipotent, omnipresent. He can do whatever he wants. You don't think that man is somewhat cocky? That's God, or woman, or whatever. He's an ethereal being. There's some of us in God in every way. So when Trump is out here being arrogant, being cocky, this is God. He literally says he's a jealous God. He kills other denominations of faith. He blows them up. I don't know if you know this about blowing up stuff in the Bible. Sodom and Gomorrah is a good example, but that's fire and fury if I've ever seen that expressed in something. And Donald Trump said that. So Donald Trump is being him, and you see God through him. I get that you're upset specifically because the Orthodox are about the iconography, but as a Southern Baptist, I actually see it differently. I see his mistake, even if it is a mistake, and him not being, is him being him. And this is an opportunity for us Christians to go on these panels and witness to other people that we otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to. So you're welcome. I think it's all around a good thing, and this is a good chance. Now I get where my friend, the other man, was coming from. Thank you so much, Mr. McCall, for this the money. But I'm saying I get where my other friend is coming from, and I don't necessarily agree with him on the women teaching, because there's plenty of powerful women in the Bible. Ruth, you got other examples, and that's Old Testament. You have other examples in the New Testament, Mary, and some of these early saints or whatever. But I don't think that's super important to this, because what we should be doing right now for Christians is taking this chance to spread the gospel in whatever form that may be, and save this nation and spread the will of the good of the people and do what's best for the U.S. and overall. And that's kind of where I'm going. So when y'all say he's a doctor, even if he's joking around, his goal is he's trying to be a metaphor, an allegory. But it's Trump, so everything lands. But he says about 50 things a day.
Let me get Teriak over here, and then the rest, the bottom of the barrel. God damn it, the bottom of the panel.
Wow,
that was my bad, my fault. I apologize.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was my fault. That was
real
wrong.
Quick, Athena, do you have any response to the Admiral Gibbs? Because like I said, I've got one simple question, and I think it blows it out of the water. Like I told the boys, this is basically, this argument's about to be defeated. So do you have any counter to Admiral?
No, I mean, I understand what he's saying, but we complain about the left all the time that nothing is sacred anymore. And when it comes to God, that is where I will double down and say no. It's not okay. I understand having a sense of humor. I actually have a pretty dark sense of humor. That's one of the things that I have to repent on pretty regularly, but that's not something I will joke about. There are some things that are sacred.
And yeah, in the spirit of calling out our own side, gentlemen, Chaotic Truth and Admiral, I think he's made a bad argument. You know what I'm saying? Because fundamentally, I've got a real quick question for you, Athena, because I'm not a Christian. I'm a simple deist. You know what I'm saying? Founding fathers were deists as well. Can you tell me, is this a picture of Jesus?
I can't see.
Roman, isn't it?
I don't know what that is. That looks like he said, like a Roman thing. I don't know what that is. Oh, it says tarot. It's the tarot card.
Yeah, so just because someone dressed in a white robe with a red shawl around it doesn't mean they're depicting Jesus, correct?
Stop gaslighting her. That is obviously a depiction of Jesus. Like
that's how you do it, boys. Simple as who the fuck said it was Jesus? Who the fuck said it was Jesus? A bunch of leftists who are atheists anyway? Get the fuck out of here. Don't believe. And then Ghosty says they're gaslighting. They gaslight you into trying to turn you against Trump. Nobody said that was Jesus. And as Trump said, he was a healer. That's how healers used to dress back in antiquity, baby. So this whole argument that was Jesus.
The excuse.
Yeah, where does it say there's Jesus, guys? Where's the cross? Yes.
Exactly.
Where's the nail? Where are the nails, friends?
So okay, so first off,
where's the crucifix?
The idea that it's a bunch of like lefties telling you that it's Jesus, it's not. Like by far the majority of people on the right have been condemning Donald Trump for what it is he did here. And to say like, oh, well, there's nativity scenes, nobody gets mad about that. That's not the same thing. This is where people are glorifying God.
It wasn't Jesus.
They're trying to teach people about God and Jesus. But in this scenario, Donald Trump is portraying a very famous picture of, and many famous pictures of Jesus where he is reaching down and healing people. And so Donald Trump in this scenario is Jesus. He is a healer. He is a God.
The apostles healed people.
About the fact that like the Antichrist will come and portray himself in this sort of scenario as well, and that he'll
who says he's portraying himself as Jesus? He told you he's being a doctor. He's being a healer.
Okay, so
the same way, just because a man dresses like a woman does not make it so.
Yeah, so here, this is
this Jesus?
The exact picture.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
No, it's
not.
No,
shit!
It's not. So as I said, this is pretty much the exact picture that they're using to try to make it look as though Donald Trump.
And that's not Jesus. I'm not showing Jesus. I'm showing the magician tarot card.
So tell me. Okay, so in the tarot card.
Tarot card, baby.
Shit! Oh no! Tom got the smoking gun. Oh shit!
Tell me, where are the beams of light coming out of his hands? Show me the beams of light coming out of the tarot reader's hands. Can you show me that, please?
Where's the beams of light coming out of the Jesus picture?
Yeah, well, they're not.
Exactly. See what I'm saying? Bunch of gaslighting bollocks. That's what this is.
Okay, so wait. So is your argument that in this video,
a bunch of non-Christians telling you what is and what isn't Christianity? Can you believe it?
We're not even the ones mad about it.
Hold on, I didn't say I'm a non-Christian. So are you telling me, is your argument that in that picture Trump is portraying himself?
I'm saying
prove
that he's impersonating Jesus.
No. Answer the question.
Prove it that he was Jesus.
A tarot reader. Just answer the question. Are you?
He's a light bringer. That's common. That's common light bringer iconography.
You are such a pussy, dude. You are so scared.
How am I pussy? Yeah, I destroyed your argument, and now you're going mad. I destroyed your argument.
I'm here. Owl.
Rickety wrecked.
We have to answer the questions. What was the question, Tom? Ask it clear so we can get the answer. Go ahead.
The question is: are you saying he's a tarot reader? Yes or no? That's it.
I'm saying he's a light bringer. That's light bringer iconography.
Yeah, he's not going to answer. He's not going to answer the question. He's not going to answer this. So yes, obviously
that imagery is light bringer
obviously,
imagery.
He's not portraying himself as a tarot reader. I'm about to crush.
Obviously, he denied it. He said he was a doctor. He was a healer. That's what healers were depicted as in antiquity, baby.
You said that publicly.
You're the one with the claim. You're saying that he's depicting Jesus, Tom, and you cannot prove it.
I gotta say it. So that tarot. What do you mean? That tarot card is the magician, who is very commonly depicted as Christ when people When people do tarot readings, they use that as Christ, just so you know.
Oh, damn.
So are you saying that tarot is Christianity?
No. I'm saying that there's
exactly.
a lot of people who, when they're doing like readings, I just started looking that up because I wanted to know who that character was. He's the magician. And what is Christ called?
And Trump is a magician.
In the tarot, you can look it up for yourself, just so you know that it. So your argument, I'm sorry, is incorrect.
Damn. The card deals with incorrect. Spirituality.
Where's the proof that it was Jesus?
So okay, so when you say where's the proof, here you go. When people portray Jesus, how do they normally dress? Like, what is it that
on a
they
cross
dress in as Jesus?
On a cross.
They dress on that across his clothes. Yeah. That's crazy. You won't answer a fucking question, can you?
Is he wearing a white robe? Is he wearing a white robe with a red thing around him on the cross?
You think?
I don't know why we're arguing.
Is he dressed like that on the cross?
Do you think a cross is clothes? Is that what you think? I asked you.
Okay, what is Jesus wearing on the cross? What is Jesus wearing on the cross?
I don't know. Why are you pivoting?
Exactly. So why are you trying to? Why if you don't even know that, then why are you trying to say that he's depicting Jesus?
No. I
You're not even a Christian.
Only clothed on the cross. He wasn't clothed any other time in his life, just the cross.
Listen to the words, okay? When people portray themselves as Jesus, what do they dress in? How is he normally portrayed? What is he wearing? Can you answer that?
He's normally depicted on the cross with barely any clothes on.
He can't answer. He's not gonna. He's never gonna.
I just answered it. I just answered it, Tom.
Get rid of this guy.
Don't get confused, Tom.
This is not the debate. This is not a debate. The question was not how was Jesus dressed on the cross. The question was how is Jesus regularly dressed. Okay, let's not go with the cross. Let's go ahead, Teriak. You got it.
He's depicted, so that is clearly like a depiction of Christ. So you can, this is so disingenuous. Even the tarot thing, that's supposed to be Christ.
Is the depiction of the tarot card? Is that you're saying that's Jesus Christ? You're saying that tarot is Christianity?
In tarot, they use that as Christ,
as a representation.
Where? Show me the proof.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Show me the proof.
He's a light bringer. That's how ancient healers were depicted.
But that's true. That's true. And Jesus is also an ancient healer. Here's the issue. Like, so like, all right, like when we talk about like other like stuff like Apollo, the light bringer, or maybe the morning star, or all these things, and we start wanting to get into the eschatology. Yes, so somewhat is true. Yeah, Apollo or even Dionysus are somewhat could be argued if you believe that God's going to make himself known to people that are ignorant. Maybe a representations of God making himself known through people that weren't witness to. And then that iconography has been carried down, and Satan can't create anything, so he corrupts it and puts it in something like this. That would be the argument that I would use. It's just like, oh, if you're a child and you die before you come to know Christ, there's an age of ignorance, right? Or like these lost tribes, whatever, that's why these stories match up would be the argument. Oh, they like Noah, and the versus like, oh, they have the Iroquois one, or we have this myths all over the world. Same kind of thing as God made himself. And then once they're like brought to the faith, then it's like you no longer have this age of influence or whatever. And like I said, Satan corrupts. So that would be my argument there. I don't really, maybe I'm just an idiot because I feel like sometimes I am, but I don't understand really what Teriak's going with this. And I really don't care, no offense, but this is kind of like
because when I showed
not really substantive to what we argue. No, I get what you showed.
No, it is, Gibbs. It is because when I first showed that image, Tom said, "What is that, Roman?" So when I showed that image, it wasn't like, "Oh my God, Jesus instantly popped into your head."
But the tarot is influenced by the Greeks and the Romans, right? And would you say Christianity has like adopted things like Mars Hill when Paul gives his testimony to the Greeks and uses their stuff like?
So what I'm pointing out is just because someone's wearing a white robe and a red scarf does not mean that's automatically Jesus. As Tom proved, because he says, "What is that, Roman?"
Yeah. I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait. There's a big difference when you're showing a cartoon of some random person with short blonde hair that's cropped. This is very different. Whereas instead, if I walked in here in a long white robe and a red shawl over me and started, I'm healing this. Watch me heal that with lights coming out of my. You get no shot. You guys would be like, "Oh, Tom's just playing a terror." That's probably what you would say. Teriak, I believe you probably would say that. The rest of the people on here who actually know who Jesus is and have read the Bible and know what the fuck they're talking about,
the rest of them like fed into the gaslighting and the propaganda and shit. But
what did I do? That's crazy.
Who is Trump pretending to be? Stop saying I've already made my statement on who it is. You tell me, who is he pretending to be? Who is he pretending?
Yeah, who is no. Let me refine the question. Just 1 second, Tom. Terry, do you believe that that's a doctor?
An ancient
Because he said, "Oh, this is a doctor."
And
right?
as Gibbs already pointed out, that that's how ancient Jesus was an ancient healer.
So no, but no. 1 second.
That's because look at the top. Can you zoom in? Can you zoom in on that image?
I can
Up
zoom
at
in
the
on the
top with
top,
the
but it
three
looks
people.
like there's like some military people on the top. What is that? It's like a Power
That's
Ranger or
a
something like that?
Lightbringer. That's Lucifer. And when you go to the triumphant arc thing that he posted as well, that's another Lightbringer iconography. The same as the Statue of Liberty is Lightbringer iconography. Just because you guys bought into the propaganda, bought into the gaslighting that a bunch of non-Christians told you he was depicting Jesus is not my issue, but I've got Trump's back.
So who is it? What is he depicting? What is he supposed to be?
Trump.
Answer the question. Wait,
A Lightbringer. A Lightbringer. A Lightbringer,
so
Tom.
Trump is a Lightbringer, right?
Yes.
A Lightbringer.
Lucifer.
Okay.
Yes.
So what is a Lightbringer?
wild.
Yeah.
That is
so
so
you're saying
wild.
that he is. So you're
That
saying
is
he's
so
Lucifer. Then
wild.
is what you're saying. He's depicting himself as Lucifer. Then, yes.
A truth bringer, yes. That's what Lightbringers do.
Wait,
That's
no,
why
that was not the question.
in Nietzsche, the madman holds up a lantern in the early
Kiriak, I
morning
love
hours.
you, man, but you've been very slippery. He didn't ask if you was said if
I'm
he
not
was
being
the truth
slippery.
bringer.
I'm arguing the point.
No, Tom, what is the person exactly that you're asking if he is or not?
I'm trying to get him to actually take a stance. He won't actually take a stance on who it is. So he's taking a negative stance, saying, well, I'm saying that you guys can't prove it's Jesus. And I'm saying, okay, well then who is it? You prove who it is then instead. But
Okay, so if I dressed up in all camouflage,
I can show you where I can show you
and I was and you were like Teriak, you're impersonating like some general dude. I'm like, no, I'm not impersonating general dude. I'm just dressing as an army man.
Oh, Whitey's answer. I can never talk
Yeah.
anybody interrupted me. Okay, so in any image of like images of like Donald Trump, or sorry, not Donald Trump, of Jesus being depicted, almost every single time they're going to have him in these like red robes.
Not when he's on the cross.
Can you put me back up on the main thing?
Oh, absolutely.
Not when he's on the cross. So like the majority of them are going to be like this, where he's in a white robe and he has a red sash on, or a red
oh damn, that's kind of.
Oh wait, are those other people Jesus in that picture as well? No, scroll up. Are those other people in the picture Jesus as well?
Wait, what?
What?
Scroll down. Scroll down. Keep going. That picture right there. Click onto that picture.
Huh?
Click onto that picture.
This one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn,
make it big screen, baby.
Damn, I actually need I need the chair actually.
Yeah, make it big. Zoom in on it.
That's what she said.
Because everybody in that picture is wearing a white robe with a red scarf. White and red.
No, but
so are they all Jesus?
No, 1 second. It literally says vintage. 1 second, let me read it. It says vintage. Wait, 1 second. It says vintage Jesus healing scene framed such and such and such.
And look at the dude on the left. What is he wearing? The same thing as Jesus.
Sorry, no. Hey, 1 second. 1 second.
Wait, hang on a second.
Go
what are we talking about here? So is there two Jesuses now?
It literally
again,
is
as we said
titled
earlier,
Jesus. Still
just because a man dresses like a woman does not make him so, Tom.
Wait, Ghosty's audio is not coming through. She keeps trying to say something. It's not.
Oh, sorry, my mic.
She was muted.
There's other people literally kneeling down next to Jesus in the picture. Those people kneeling at that picture that we just looked at are supposed to be all the people kneeling on the sides. That like I don't know why we're arguing.
And
this.
explain the imagery on the top.
Yeah, but like this is kind of my problem with this.
And the fact that the Statue of Liberty is in the background as well. It's a Lightbringer picture.
Yeah.
You guys don't understand what a Lightbringer is. That's not my
1 second, friends. I need clarification for a second. So people in the chat are saying they used to call like Lightbringer is something that used to call what? Complete this phrase. Lightbringer, they used to call that name to complete it. Can you all help me with that?
Prometheus is the Lightbringer.
Multiple people.
It's just fine to the Greeks.
So I can complete.
There's Apollo.
If I complete it with Lucifer, I'm wrong.
These are all.
Yeah,
if I complete it with Lucifer, am I wrong?
I mean, no, not technically, because he's also the son of the morning star and the morning star. And so, like, the debate is, right, if Lucifer, the morning star, this is kind of where I come back to the corruption thing. He has a reputation as the sun, and some people also talk about Apollo being it. And you talk about Revelations, he's like a symbol where he might be Apollo be represented as a demon. So, no, you're not wrong. Like, it's a Lucifer, the morning star, it's another one as well. Like, that would be argued. It could be argued. But I don't, the issue I have, okay, this is the problem I have.
Isn't it better to call him Jesus than Lucifer?
But the argument like denominational debates.
The light, Jesus is also the light. He is also considered the light in the Bible. Yes.
Yeah, and this is Lucifer trying to subvert that, right? Like, he says, Jesus says in the Revelations, beware, or not Jesus, sorry, in Revelations, John, maybe I'm mixing up, I think it's John. He says in the end, beware of angels that preaching the false light as bearers of light, right? And so then he describes some examples and all sorts of stuff. And so, like, Satan himself, talks about being a light. He's a fallen angel. So it's kind of like, yes, I understand where you come from, but I think we're missing a more important problem here with this picture, right? And this is like, we can argue if it's Jesus. I don't really care. I don't care. I think what's more interesting is what it's representing, right? It's representing, maybe the AI picked the ball in the background. That's a cool topic too. We can debate. But like, what I'm really want to talk about is how all these different people, they're looking up to Trump, and Trump's trying to like heal this individual who's sickly. That's kind of what he's saying. And I'm a doctor. Oh, maybe I'm a messianic figure, whatever. And y'all are just so upset about this. And like, y'all think this is a gotcha, bro. Okay, I understand maybe someone who's got a problem with iconography being a certain way. Like, that's a legitimate, like, religious gripe that's been like literally why the Eastern Orthodox broke away from the Catholics, right? That's a major one. I understand why Athena would be upset with that. I'm a Protestant, maybe Chaos doesn't like that, but I'm a Protestant. I don't have as much problem with the iconography personally, and I see this as a tool because Trump is imperfect and he does stupid things. And sometimes things work out, sometimes they don't. Sometimes he does genius things. We're all human, and to being human is to mess up. And so when he does something like this and then doubles down, Trump is being Trump. And I like, we're really going to argue is the better question is, why y'all so like ready to try to like get us on this one? Like, y'all don't actually care about the Christian. Maybe Tom does, but I would say the majority of the left are using this to attack the faith. So if you're on the left and you're a Christian, why are y'all allowing them to use this against us and divide us? That's my question. We should be all gathering up because there's bigger issues than this. Like, but no, y'all are the right.
For the same exact reason that like when everybody goes after Eric Swalwell, and they make a big deal about the fact that this is supposed to be the party of believe all women, and the fact that like one woman comes out against him and they don't kick him out, or as the one woman goes after Joe Biden, they all say, oh, this is supposed to be the party of believe all women. Why did you guys vote for Joe Biden? This is the same reason as you're trying to hold the people to their standards. And while that you say you're Southern Baptist, my dad's a Southern Baptist pastor, my brothers are Southern Baptist pastors. I live in Atlanta. Like, this is something that Protestants also find very offensive. And again, it seems like by far the majority of Trump's base was very offended by this. It wasn't just the.
One second. Let's Ghosty real quick. Let's get the Rooster rebuttal, and then I need to get Chaotic HQ and Kamal because they've been very quiet. Okay, quick rebuttal, Ghosty, Roost, Chaotic, and then the lovely HQ and Kamal. Go ahead.
It's also just like Trump never owning up to his actions. Like, it's always the MAGA people always have to come out, make excuses for him, give explanations why he acted this way, why he acted that way. It's just like you guys prop him up as a super extreme, like, or not, maybe not extreme, but like a Christian valued leader. And when he never follows that, it's just always excuses, and he can never own up to his mistakes. He's trying to gaslight everyone and saying it's fake news. I can't believe who would ever even come up with that. That's crazy. Like, no, it's not fucking crazy. We all have eyes. Just that's the part that bothers me.
Real quick.
I almost wonder if it was
where was the outrage? Where was the outrage when Obama was depicted like this?
Oh no! What about Obama?
Obama didn't post that. Obama didn't post that.
Apparently, this is a great outrage, and we need to get rid of Trump because he depicted himself as Jesus.
I have that too.
Show me where Obama posted that. Obama was an actual Christian. Obama would never.
Where is the outrage? Oh my God! How dare you depict this Jesus?
Obama didn't tweet it. Good try, buddy.
One second, friends. I need to know. 1 second, friends, because this was. Friends, I was very prepared. I'm a professional, okay? So, Anne-Marie Labadie, I think I said nobody had a problem with these, and it was somebody posted the media themselves had an affinity for portraying Barack Obama as a messianic and angelic figure. Zero outrage from the Democrats or the left. The New Republic, January 2008. A new week, May 2012. This is not Obama posts. This is the media post. And then Donald J. Trump, the president, reposted what they said. So now y'all can talk about what y'all want to talk
Tom
about.
is right.
Hey, hold on.
What about Obama?
Can I speak?
Yeah, hey, let's remind everybody. They keep
Perusing HQ and then chaotic and interrupted, please. Perusing HQ.
They keep on Terriak and Gibbs keep on bringing the left as if this whole shitstorm didn't start off with Trump criticizing other right-wingers. Other right-wingers are the ones who are making a big deal out of it, because lefties like me who aren't even religious, this shit is funny, and is also a big reason why I stayed the hell away from you guys. Because despite the fact that this religious and this biblical text is supposed to be the word of God, y'all can't even agree on shit. Damn. And then we're supposed to have a separation of church and state, and then here we go, the president comparing himself to Jesus, using biblical texts weeks ago to justify a war in the Middle East. And then let's remember, guys, he doubled down on this dumbass thing by then retweeting another AI image with Jesus around his shoulders, right, guys? And he knows what he's doing. When he was asked, Fatty, on live television about that tweet, you could see the smirk on his face. He knew he was lying his ass off. He knew that shit was going to piss people off. And let me emphasize one more time, and I'll land my plane. This shitstorm started from Trump trashing other right wingers who were outraged. So stop with this lefty ammo bullshit.
Yeah, so the fact that you're making the case that Christians can't agree on shit, the name Israel means we who wrestle with God, which means there has to be disagreement. That's how you get to the truth. So you don't even understand what the Bible is. Please stop talking, you low IQ goldfish.
HQ, let me ask you a question. Is it fair? You can go often. Is it fair to compare media portraying somebody as A or the president portraying themselves as A? Is that the same thing?
No, it's not the same thing.
Go ahead and interrupt, please.
Now, first and foremost, Donald Trump posted that. Obama didn't post anything. So it's not the same thing. 2, this is why I call people on my channel, when they come to my channel, I call them zombies, because they twist themselves up into pretzels trying to defend this person. I personally think he's a grifter, a liar, a cheater, a stealer. He's a low-level human being who has money. So when you come from that direction, I don't think anything he does is honest. He posted that pic thinking he was going to get a lot of people on his side, thinking he's so good, he's so righteous. He is nothing like a Catholic. He is not a Catholic. He is a grifter, grifting off of you retards that are Catholics. He does not care about you being a Catholic. Otherwise, he would not have posted that blasphemous picture that he posted. It is not a doctor healing anything. He thought he was going to get away with portraying himself as baby Jesus. That's what he did.
Let me ask something to Kotick real quick. Kotick, on Easter Sunday this year, he made like a cryptic post against Iran, and he said, "I think may Allah be with you," or something like that. Is that a violation? Is that a violation, Kotick? Before you go on is that a violation on Christmas Sunday? Not Christmas, Easter Sunday, the day that he said, "May Allah be with you," or something. Is that a violation?
No, not at all. No.
Hey, Kotick said it's not a violation. I believe him. Thank you very much, Spin City News. I appreciate you for the $5. Friends, we're $30 away from the goals. You can super chat your opinion using the Coffee app, okay, pinned in the bottom of the show. We have more 20 minutes to go. This has been an exciting show. I appreciate the energy, Chaotic and Uninterrupted. And then Mr. Kamal uninterrupted, because Kamal been chilling the whole show. I need him to talk on this one. I think he's going to be objective. Go ahead, Chaotic. You got this.
I thought I already addressed it, but what were we talking about?
So
about the image, right?
We something as well from the image that you put up, Fatty, because as somebody else said, Obama didn't post that picture, but the one that you showed said that the media portrayed Obama as like a Christ-like messianic figure. don't remember the media ever doing this. So I just went and searched, and it could be wrong, but when I searched, did the media ever portray Christ as a messianic figure? It immediately pops up with major controversy over Newsweek, facing criticism for posting Obama as a messianic figure after inauguration. So that there is one example of a media source posting this. It's Newsweek. It's not some like big mainstream media source, and then it says that they did face a lot of criticism over it and this is a 2008 article source that it's showing. So this is all I can find.
I don't think he's Jesus. I think that's Vegeta when he comes back to Earth after he kills himself to save the planet, and then he comes back.
I agree.
Yeah. You remember when Goku came back for the tournament and shit?
He's like, come with me,
with the halo. I don't know this one with the halo shit.
Real quick, I just want to gauge the thing. How do we feel about remember that musical Jesus Christ Superstar, and then there was a bald lesbian that portrayed Jesus? How do we feel about that?
Damn, that's
the Democrat.
I did a story. Whoa.
I won't vote for that. I will not vote for those people. How about that? I won't
go
vote
ahead,
for
CT.
Okay.
No, CT, you got it. CT, don't be frustrated. CT, look at the
Fatty, I thought we talked about this. Bro.
No, CT, come on, CT, you got it.
I got a Teriak is correct. I did a story about I forgot the name of that Nigerian lady who's a liberal, but I supported her. I said I think that Christ would love the fact that this woman is portraying her. So I agree with that. I did an actual story about that woman. What's
like
her name?
Zacchaeus.
Yeah, I mean, what's wrong with that? She is a child of God, right? Well, why not emulate? Why not do a stage play and you portray Jesus Christ? Okay, so yeah, I agree.
Damn, unless you disagreeing with Teriak, but.
You said I'm
all I simply asked was how do we feel about Jesus Christ Superstar, and it was silent.
Yeah, I thought Terry. I thought I was
all the fake outrage on the bottom panel because they said nothing.
Yes,
you said nothing.
You're bringing up it.
You said nothing.
No, wait. You think I said nothing? I said that if I will make a deal that if you say that you won't vote for Donald Trump for doing this, I won't vote for the people who made that play. Deal? You want to do it?
Yeah, as an Irishman, I won't for Donald Trump. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, well, I guess, yeah, fair enough.
Gotcha.
I got you. He voted for the Democratic Party.
You'll never get me
another fucking country, dude. Sitting there simping for another country with a "Make America Great Again" hat.
Because they're the protectors of the goddamn motherfucking free world, and don't you forget that.
We are.
Right.
Talk about
grifters.
grifters.
On your knees, buddy.
Fatty, what did you want to ask? Fatty, what's up, buddy?
I want to ask if you yourself you need unequivocal evidence that Donald Trump is being blasphemous to put that jacket on him, or you could use a little bit of the deductive reasoning, because there was a lot of people pulling up pictures and all that. Like there was a lot of people like, did this change in any way, sort of way, your opinion, or you stick with it? No.
Blasphemy is a perspective, right? Blasphemy. We all have our different perspectives of blasphemy. I'm pretty sure all of us aren't the same religion. I'm pretty sure all of us aren't the same sect. So yeah, it's just a perspective thing. It's what's accepted and what's not accepted. There are some people who believe that what Trump did, it's honoring Christ. There are some people who believe that he didn't even look like Christ, because let's be honest again, nobody's ever seen Christ. There are people who brought up the fact that this image has been used in ancient Rome. I'm talking about the garb. So it's all a matter of perspective, man.
I mean, also, if you're a Christian, one of the parables Jesus says is, "Hey, listen." And I mentioned this earlier in the comedy bit, but it's kind of thing. He says, "Hey, maybe you should pick out the plank from your own eye before you pick out the speck from somebody else." And that's like saying, hey, maybe don't judge somebody making all these assumptions. Same thing when he talks about not stoning the woman. Ye without sin be the first to cast the stone, right? Like, why he's saying this? Because who are we to cast the stone? Who are we to know the other minds of other people? Like, this is the problem you say. Like, I get the criticism, and if you have actual criticism, fair. But this is like, I feel like, listen, this is being taken advantage of by people here. I'm in conservative circles. I do debate fairly often, and I've only heard, like, this is the first time I've heard of it. I know it's recent, but like, it's a very small group of people that are upset, and it's mainly ortho bros. And I get why they are, and it's because their iconography is key to their denomination. That's literally why they broke away from the Catholic Church, or one of the main reasons, right? And so when we're sitting here talking, I get why they're upset, but for the rest of us, this is just being weaponized against people that are Christian that voted for Trump, because the alternative was insanity. So like, you got us. He said something sacrilegious. I mean, even if he did, he's human, and God works through imperfect tools. You know, that's kind of my theory there.
But it's
the
Christians
whole, like,
who are
not
weaponizing it. You guys
casting
keep trying to
stones.
make it sound like it's like the left that's weaponizing this. It's not. It's Christians who are upset about this. It's
Yeah.
Christians who
This
made
is a famously lefty
It's who
podcast right here.
flooded his comment section.
You said casting stones. You know that scripture is actually talking about casting stones. It actually tells us in the Bible to judge for righteousness' sake, but we judge out of a place of love, and iron sharpens iron. The Bible actually specifically says that if we see sin and we do not call it out and tell our brother that that is not right, then we are now held accountable for our brother's sin because we did not say
You're
so.
right.
And I want to bring up one other thing. During the Olympics, when they had, it was like the Last Supper, it was a whole bunch of drag queens. I was absolutely irate when I saw that, and like equally outraged. Now, did I condemn Trump? No, I condemned the image. And people, the same people who were outraged about the drag queens dressed up or whatever, they're the ones defending the actual image. I don't understand. And it's really convenient for Christians to say, oh, don't judge, but then they turn around and judge. They do the exact same thing that they're saying not to do. It's just when it's convenient for them, they're cherry picking.
You know the Olympics thing was a trap, right? The Olympics thing was a trap, right? You know that, right?
Eddie,
That was
I
actually
gotta
not being
go in
the
like
last
5
ever.
minutes.
That was sorry, go ahead. That was Dying Ice's thing.
I got you. Come on.
Talking a lot. Hey, Fatty, I gotta go in like 5 minutes. Just letting you know.
Same with us, friends. 15 minutes and we out. I want to thank Maisha for completing all the goals. Thank you very much, Maisha, for the $30. Kamal, you are a political, sir. You are here for a reason.
Yes. Thank God.
Who is full of shit on this conversation, Kamal? Let us know before we close it out.
Man, y'all loquacious as a motherfucker on here. Y'all, you look up the word loquacious, all right? You feel me? Not all of y'all, but like I'll say a smooth 82% on this panel. Y'all, god damn. I'm gonna be short and sweet to the point. You feel me? First of all, Teriak, I don't know what the fuck you doing, bro. I don't even think you American, to be honest. I think you Irish. Second of all,
I am.
If this nigga Trump wants to dress up as white Jesus, let him do it. I don't care. I wish he would have wore a stethoscope around his fucking neck so we wouldn't even have this combo. You feel me? And at the end of the day, none of us on this panel answered the first question about Trump calling his cronies and his flunkies low IQ. Yeah, I love it. Let them implode. Just like the Democrats, all imploded. I'm going to sit here. I wish I had my popcorn and watch the rest of this shit show because, God damn it, I'm so glad I'm apolitical. And shout out to my Black Americans fighting for us. Fatty, I appreciate you, bro. The Black Jerry Springer, appreciate you, bro.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Toros, appreciate you, bro. I seen you on other panels. I like what you say at times. HQ, shout out to you. Athena, we was the most quietest on the panel. Ghost, I've been on the panel with you before. You cool. Chaotic Truth, you are a comedian, bro. You need to do stand-up comedy, bro. And Admiral Gibbs, please do some wrestling, bro. You got the wrestling voice down packed. You feel me? You got it down packed. HQ, I done seen you on panels before too, sister. Appreciate you. And Teriak, I ain't gonna lie, I appreciate your opinion, but I think you a fucking spy, bro. You Irish, bro. You're not fooling me, guys.
Ireland does have an IDF. It's called the Irish Defence Forces, so you never know.
You feel me? Shout out to Conor McGregor. All
thank
right,
you very much, Kamal.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, and we're going to close it out too.
Well, show's over. Hope y'all enjoyed it. But nah, don't dip yet. We still got them final thoughts coming.
Y'all really tore it up tonight, huh? But don't dip just yet. Let's hear them final words. Hey, that's it. Show's done. Now shut the fuck up and let the panelists speak. It's time for final thoughts.
So, friends, I think we got to the end of it safe this time. The show didn't blow up at the 10-minute mark. I appreciate y'all for practicing a little better restraint in the group last week. I'm going to try to bring the fantastic and speakeasies and all these again. I will just put these on the frame on the wall so they can see how well behaved y'all were. Okay. So once again, thank you very much. Gibbs, great energy. Mr. Chaotic, thank you very much once again. I appreciate you, sir. HQ, awesome. Tarus, thank you very much for the smoke. And hey, Tallman, I think y'all need to debate. You're the two fellas, Mr. Tallman, Mr. Teriak. I appreciate you and the lovely Tina. Glad to have you back, even though you're.
I wish you would have debated here. That would have been great.
Yeah, but Teriak is very slippery. You see what I'm saying? You have to get him on a one-on-one setting for him to actually go ahead and do the whole debate thing. So once again, I appreciate y'all, friends. Anybody? Oh, and Ghosty was sad that Ghosty already crying because she was up there and I didn't. So glad to have you back, Ghosty. Thank you very much for being here. Final thoughts. Y'all don't have to do it. I'm going to be putting everybody links on the description immediately after the show, and all the clips are going to have them. Please make sure you subscribe to every single one of them so y'all can support the gang. The Breaking Ground show always on Thursdays 5 p.m. Tomorrow we have so many heavy eaters tomorrow. The ultimate Kevin Samuels debate. Mr. Let Go and Obsidian are going to duke it out with Mr. Fantastic, Napa. We have my boy Nino Nation. Oh my God, there's going to be a star-studded show. And on Sunday, the Riz Academy meets Ladies First. Tyranny is back. We're going to have another infamous Ladies First, always at 5 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you support us. Friends, who wants to go first as final thoughts? Please, less than 30 seconds. I would appreciate it. Once again, thank you very much for being here.
I don't really have any final thoughts, so I was just gonna say thank you. And I pretty much thought this panel was a perfect display of the hypocrisy on the right. But other than that, it was
oh shit. Time. Hey, Ghosty, what do you think about what Chaotic said, that infamous y'all ends are for old in mops comment?
It's unoriginal.
And then he said, but I'm not a misogynist. That's what he said. He said, you weren't impressed?
Yeah, I heard it 1,000 times.
Michaela, not impressed. Chaotic. Sorry.
You know what's really funny though? I just cleaned a house today, and so I was holding a mop earlier.
Shout out to Athena. That's what I'm talking about.
I would think it's embarrassing if you have like a woman that you think isn't capable of understanding the scripture, yet you just keep running away from her every time she makes an argument towards you. But on top of that, when Gibbs earlier, you're talking about like a speck in your eye or casting the first stone. These are like talking about holding other people accountable and not being a hypocrite. That's like normally what they're talking about in those situations. Whereas in this case, we're not talking about casting a stone. We're not saying like go hurt Jesus or act as though like everybody else is perfect. We're talking about just holding him accountable as a politician, like as somebody who says that he represents Christians, as somebody who says that he is the best president for Christians and that he has converted to Christianity. Like it'd be good if people held him to that same standard. On top of that, I'm like 90% positive I was on a panel with you back in the day when that thing happened at the Olympics and you were upset about the way that they portrayed the Last Supper.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I could actually brought that. I brought the Dionysus thing then too. I said if it was, and I haven't watched it, and then we watched it. I did it. Yeah, and it's the Dionysus representation was my thing. And I know we got Dionysus cup over there behind me, and like I think this is my only last thought here is like, yeah, I think that my point being, especially to my other Christians here, is yes, if we want to get together, we want to talk about it and say, well, we're upset. We should do that. We should call it out as Christians, and I'm not opposed to y'all doing that. That's a good thing, and I'm not arguing that. However, the bigger problem, and to be fair to Tom, he leans a little more left than me, and he's a little Parson. I lean on the right, I'm a little Parson. To be fair to Tom, like I understand why if he's on the left and he's Christian, once again, you have a valid point. However, the rest of the left is weaponizing the debate within Christian sides and our criticism of someone who's represented, to weaponize it, to use it against us and say, hey, we're going to come against Christianity as a whole, and we're going to come against people that look at these dumb Christians. They can't even get the act together against themselves. Oh, look at all these righties. They're getting bamboozled by Trump. He's calling them dummies. And oh, look, he's just using this. Like they're using this to make us look bad as Christians to push their agenda. That's my bigger problem. Like and like at least Tom's honest. He's a Christian and he likes that agenda. Now we should respect people like that. That's fair. But the other people on the right, they're using this against us, fam. And it's just a small disagreement among brothers. And that's my closing thought on it.
If I can, real quick, I just want to understand. Christians do regularly get really upset with Democrats and the left for the way that they portray Jesus, for the way that they talk about Jesus, for the way that they show him. And so I don't think that this is just them weaponizing Christians' own religion against them when they don't have anything to say about it. This is them saying, yo, you guys get mad at us for this stuff all the time. That if Obama did something like this, you guys would have flipped out. But then when Donald Trump does it, for some reason, they all kind of make excuses and try to find a way to justify it instead. When just for years and years and years, they've been making a huge deal about any time somebody says the slightest wrong thing about a Christian on the left.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, just to point out why I don't like, because real quick, shout out to Ray bought you a hamburger for the $5. Wait, what?
It was Ray.
Oh, Ray, yeah, shout out to Ray for $5.
Thank
you very kindly. Sorry. My mom took Tylenol, okay?
Thanks for having us, by the way.
I appreciate you, Admiral. You did great, man. Thank you very much.
Hamburger Elper.
The whole like slippery thing that I done that intentionally, right? In terms of like, we had to sit through an hour and a half of all these lefties turn around and say, but guys, this Islamic terrorist regime is saying they won't make nukes and we should be cool with them and we should appease them, all this kind of stuff, with no proof. So then notice when Trump is there saying it's clearly Jesus, and I'm saying, well, through his history, this has been a regular depiction from other things. It's like, no, I know Trump is lying. I know Trump is this. So you just pointed out your own hypocrisy, where no matter what Trump says, no matter what Trump's claim, you don't believe him, but you don't have that same energy for the Iranian regime, who've proven themselves to be terrorists. But real quick, I do want to shout out Fatty. Thank you very kindly for having me on the panel. I had a blast. Shout out to Chaotic and Admiral Gibbs. I think he's put up an awesome fight. Shout out to Athena as well. Like I said, trust your president. I know he does a lot of trolling and all this kind of stuff, but please keep trusting your president, because he will make America great again. The ruse, you need to, like I said, implore some logic. You know what I'm saying? Learn the 3 laws of logic, get some reasonable arguments, all this stuff. But I do like the insults, you know what I'm saying? Also, Tom, hopefully we can set up a debate. My boy Speakeasy does the Swords of Reason. It's a one-on-one event. It's pretty good stuff. We'll check it out. Ghosty.
Do it literally anywhere else.
Ghosty,
that's crazy.
You just... Trust me, just pick up a broom. You'll get back into your femininity. And HQ, I think we've gone pound before as well. Shout out to you.
Oh
HQ.
shit!
Appreciate you, Kylie. I got a bail. But thanks for having me on, folks.
I appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much for being.
You better get him back. You better go down there and get him back.
Let's get.
Just to be clear, I think Iran's terrorists and liars. I don't know where he got that from. I think they're terrorists and liars. So.
I don't like Islam. I don't like Iran. I don't fuck with that shit. Like,
let's get HQ and Tarus, and I think we are done with everybody else, and we bounce.
Okay. My final thoughts. Donald Trump went into the room with 2 sets of groups, 2 sets of people. Marco Rubio and JD Vance and a couple other people, and they said, let's not do it. Let's not go to war. And then he went into another room with the Mossad and Netanyahu. And Netanyahu and the Mossad told him that he could push rainbows out of his ass and he could own Iran and he can do all of these wonderful, beautiful things if he invaded Iran. Now, that is a foreign entity telling our president to do what he did. He also went into the room with our people, and our people said, don't do it, including Vance, Marco Rubio, and Tulsi Gabbard. But he went with the Mossad. So I just wanted to say that meeting did happen. 2, he is a morally deviant human being. So the things that he does comes from that perspective of being a morally deviant human being. Because you can have morally deviant human beings that are rich. So he is one of those. Okay. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you very much, HQ. I appreciate you, and Mr. Tarus. Take us on, please.
I really enjoyed this. Fatty, CT, HQ is always a pleasure. Ghosty, Tom, Gibbs, Athena. It was very nice chopping it up with you guys for the first time. To the audience, man, this is why I stay far away from religion, and with MAGA specifically, guys. This is, again, they don't even take their own virtues seriously. Look at MAGA, guys. They got a problem with women. They got a problem with minorities. They got a problem with the LGBT. They got a problem with Muslims. They got a problem with Mormons. They got a problem with Asians. They got a problem with the Chinese. They got a problem with more Middle Easterns. And now they got a problem with themselves, because the reality is they can't get along with anybody. And so you gotta wonder what is up with this perpetual victimhood that MAGA is always projecting on everyone else. It is a problem, and it's turning into a plague. Those are my final thoughts.
Damn. Friends, I appreciate y'all. CT, Ghosty, Tom, Admiral, Athena, HQ and Tarus, but I have to kick you out of my house. Great show, great energy. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all probably in 2 weeks.
This is Sparta!
We made it, friends. We made it until the end of the show. Friends, I think this show is going to be extremely special. Love the energy. Admiral, great edition. Lot of energy. I like this. I like this format. The white channel is going to be very important for our hopes and dreams. Next week, I'll start to do morning shows with y'all. Okay. So, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Share. We need some watch hours. We'll get there in 2 weeks, but we'll go from there. I'm sending y'all to Mr. Nino Nation. Thank you so much for everybody that donated via Cash App, PayPal, and coffee. Okay, this is a version of Super Chats before we do that, and then we go from there. Okay, so friends, I appreciate y'all. Team Fatty and the Untouchables going to Nino Nation. Remember, tomorrow 5 p.m. the super panel, and Sunday we out. Peace.
All the comments would be fatty McFat, fat, fatty, 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 fat, fat. Oh, look how fat he is, right? Look at that fatty. You know, haha, big fun, stupid fatty. I bet he can't go up the stairs. And